Hello, and welcome back to the Mindfully Rich podcast, your weekly look at life and finances with a twist, where we talk about improving your overall relationship with money and building better financial habits. On each episode, I'll discuss real life situations and give y'all practical advice. The point of this podcast is to help you stay in your financial lane so you won't end up broke. I'm the creator and host, Gina Richie Richardson. Now, let's jump into today's conversation. Happy New Year, y'all. It's a new year, new you. And this is the first episode of 2023 for the Mindfully Rich podcast. And it is episode 109, which I am super geeked about. Yes, that is an accomplishment for me, child. And y'all, I just got to start with some gratitude. Y'all know how I like to do it. Thank y'all so much. Y'all are the reason why I am here. If y'all weren't listening, I would not have this podcast. So thank y'all so much for being my rich gang, for listening, and also making sure that you are sharing, because y'all are sharing this thing far and wide. Whether I release an episode weekly, bi-weekly, every 2 months, every 6 months, y'all was listening, and I love it. So thank y'all so much. I am working on me and doing better with the posting and getting the episodes out and things like that. All I know is y'all gonna get an episode. I don't even want to lie to y'all and say, you know what, it's gonna be at this time. Okay, I don't know. It's how I'm feeling, because living an entrepreneur life now, child, like it's a lot of responsibilities. Okay, what was that? I'm trying to think. I can't remember which cartoon that was. That was Rugrats when he said, I got responsibilities now, child. Yes, I sure do. So till I get it all figured out. Okay, y'all get these episodes when you get them. All right. And so, because it is a new year, you know how y'all like to do, making all those resolutions. And I'm pretty sure that money is in one of those resolutions somewhere. So I am starting the top of the year off talking about financial wellness, financial well-being. And January also happens to be National Financial Wellness Month. So it was the inspiration for this new series that I'm doing. Yes, y'all heard me right. Series, just because y'all like to listen when it's like a lot of episodes. It's like, let it be a good 3 or more episodes together, coupled together. Y'all like, we listening, okay? So I got a series for y'all, which I have titled Finances Ain't Breaking My Soul: How to Transform Your Financial Well-Being in 2023. Yes, y'all know I love a long, obnoxious title, and it's going to be a great series, y'all. Y'all are in for a treat. And so, once again, January is National Financial Wellness Month, so we have lots to talk about, and I want to always make sure that I'm being that good accountability partner for you with your money. So I want to make sure that we are talking about some things that are topical, giving you some good reminders, and always giving y'all perspective. Just because in 2023, I want everybody to be more mindful and intentional with their finances. And it's on topic because we're talking about your overall financial well-being. And so when we're talking about financial well-being, you're probably like, what does that mean? Like, what does that even mean, right? So I'm going to give you some example. Your financial well-being, it is the comfortability that you have in life. Meaning, do you make enough money, right? Are you saving monthly? Are you constantly overspending? Are your expenses and your debts higher than your income? Is your credit in a good score range? Are you lendable? Can you purchase a house, a car, higher education costs if need be? Like, those are the things that you want to make sure that you're looking at, because that is going to determine the state of your financial well-being. So thinking about wellness as a whole, think about your health wellness, right? So if you're not eating right, you know that can cause health problems. If you're overspending your money, rather, then you know that's going to cause financial wellness problems for you. So that's what we're talking about. We're talking about getting our financial well-being in order, finding those spots, right? There may be some blind spots that you're not even aware of, but we're going to point some out to you, and we're going to see throughout this series, okay? So during this series, I'm going to talk about concepts, and then I'm going to give you some strategies that you can use to put in practice in your actual finances, right? And so today's concept is, how can spending less money than you make improve your financial well-being. All right. So let's go ahead and jump on into the Let's Talk About Money segment. And I'm sure we've all heard the quote, you should live within your means. But I like to say living underneath your means, because if you living within your means, that means that as much money as you make, you spend in just that amount, right? That's within, right? You should live underneath your means, meaning the amount of money that you make, right? I've been adulting now for a little over 17 years. Okay, full grown adult in the house. All right. And life be lifing. And life in moments when they happen, they cost money. I wish they didn't, but child, they do. And that's the reason why living underneath your means is what's going to help you, so that way you can have some money left over so that you can save. Because remember, the concept that we're concentrating on today is how can spending less money than you make improve your overall financial well-being? And it could do a lot for you. All right. So we've all heard about budgets. The B word, I like to call it the B word that people don't like to say enough, right? The other one, child, they just let that one fly, okay? That one said all the time. But when we're talking about budgets, lots of people, they like to tell me, but why do I need one? Or I budget in my head, or I really can't budget because I don't make enough money, and all of these things, right? But in 2023, I want you to really consider seriously creating a realistic budget that fits your actual financial situation, what it is that you do, okay? Now, for those of y'all that already got a budget, hooray! That is great for y'all, okay? But for my people out there who want to improve their financial well-being, who want to improve your actual money financial situation as a whole, y'all gonna have to get a budget, okay? And so I'm hoping by the end of this episode, I have given you some strategies for that budget that you're going to be creating, okay? And so some people seem to think that they don't make enough money. I want to start there. They don't make enough money to have a full-fledged budget, but it's just the opposite. Because if you don't make enough money, you absolutely need a budget. If you only make $2, you got to figure out how you designating that $2 out. Is people getting sick? They getting pennies? They getting $1. What is they getting? Okay, that is something that you need to figure out. And if you need to make more money, doing that budget will show you that. Because it's like, bam, I only got $2, but I got $5 worth of stuff that I need to pay. Where I'm going to get that extra $3 from? I'm just giving y'all an example, but I'm pretty sure that you understand what I'm talking about, right? Budgets help you with managing your money better, all right? You want to make sure that every single dollar that you make, not only is it going towards your needs, it's going towards your wants, but you can get all of those luxuries in between. And when I'm saying luxuries in between, when I say budget, when you are figuring out how you're going to create this budget, I mean, you got to write down everything. Everywhere that you are spending your money, that budget should have that, right? So no matter whether you just got coins, you got a pocketbook full of money. That's an old term right there, child, but I like pocketbook. That's a good one. Okay. Or you just making it rain all over, right? We all can utilize some tips, some new perspective when it comes to upholding our financial well-being. And once again, a budget is something that's going to help you with doing that. All right. So my definition of a budget is basically just a GPS that tells your money what to do, right? Because seriously, think about what a GPS does. As soon as you put the address in, it tells you directions. All right, this is where you're going to go, right? When you set a budget, you are setting goals for your money. So now you are telling your money exactly what it's going to do before it needs to do it. Because we've all been there before where you get paid, right? But something happened in that week. And now you got to spend money on that thing that didn't happen. It could be something that was an emergency. It could be something that's a non-emergency. People just want to go out to happy hour and you know you really ain't got it. People want to take a trip real quick out of town and you like, maybe I could swing this, right? But see, when you have a budget, you're telling your money exactly where it's going to go. So you got to see, have I allocated enough money to go towards that thing that I want to do? Right? You get to create your budget to work for your life. Because a lot of people, they think budgets are restrictive, but they don't have to be. Make that budget fit you. So your budget should have different categories and you are budgeting money towards that. Think about it like this. When people are getting married, right? They have to have a budget. Some people always say, oh, well, we went over, we did this, we did that. There are some people that have to work within a budget because that's all the money that they have. right? Some people, they have the luxury of being able to say, I went over and I was able to do X, Y, and Z. But there's a lot of people out here that can't do that. Even your six-figure earners, right? Six-figure earners are some of my biggest clients right now, right? So it's like you want to make sure that you are accounting for everything when you're doing a budget. And what's everything? The things that you have the things that are expenses in your life, right? We know what expenses are. The things that are debts. Debts are the things that are listed on your credit report. So anything that you had to apply with credit for, that's considered a debt. So you want to make sure that you got all of these expenses and you got all your debts in order, and you know how much you're paying out in both your expenses and your debts, right? Because some of y'all only make one income. And for those of y'all that only make one income, you really got to be paying attention to what your money is doing. All right. Now, some of y'all got multiple streams of income, which is good, but you need to know how much money you have coming in versus how much money you have going out. And it's that going out that be the problem, child. And that's the reason why we need to account for all of our spending, making sure that we are allocating enough money to go towards the things that we are spending our money on. So you don't want to make a pretend budget of what you think you do. You need to look at how you currently spending money, looking at your current bank statements so you can understand how you spend money. I don't care if it's a dime that you throw in the pond when you walking past a little park or something, that need to be accounted for. Okay, that's the reason why budgeting is so important. And another reason is knowing how your money moves, right? You need to understand what money moves are you making throughout the month, because there are some people, they have to budget to a T because they don't have no money left, right? It's something because six-figure earners are some of my biggest clients who don't realize how much money they're actually spending until we sit down and they be like, dang, I'm really spending that much money. It be like that because a lot of people aren't mindful and intentional about how they spend money. It happens to all of us, y'all. Okay, so this ain't me getting on y'all. I am a victim. Okay, that's the reason why I could talk about this so well, but I know how to rein myself in as well, because we all have our moments, but we do have to make sure that we're being intentional, and especially if you're trying to improve, once again, your financial well-being, right? Because your spending is what gets us, right? And a lot of us, I can't talk about it right now because it's coming up in the next series. I want to get into it so bad. But your spending, we have to make sure that we are watching how our money moves and understanding how we spend money. So creating that budget and accounting for every single dollar is something that's going to help you with making sure you're not overspending. Because, baby, we got to keep in mind, when you overspend in one area in your finances, that means something else ain't getting paid. I'm going to give you an example, right? I live in Sacramento, California. Now, why I pronounced it like that, I don't know, but I did. Rent is expensive here, right? Mortgages are expensive here. If somebody is overspending too much, they put their rent and or mortgage at risk of not being paid. You got car payments. If you're paying too much somewhere else, then you can't pay for the car. You can't pay for groceries. You can't pay for this. You can't pay for that. Just because I don't know about y'all, for the people that got unlimited money, I'm not talking to y'all, but us who money is limited, okay, we can't do it. We can't do it. So another great reason as to why you need a budget, because if you overspend in one area in your finances, something else is going to go without being paid, child. And we already know what it looked like when you're not paying on your debts, okay? Now you're affecting your credit wellness, okay? And don't nobody need that. All right, the credit game is a marathon, child, and we got a whole series that's coming up for that in March. So you want to just make sure that you are budgeting so you can allocate your money correctly and make sure that it is going towards the things that it needs to be paying, those debts, those expenses. I mean, all of them, child. And then once you know what you're putting money towards, that's when you can make some changes. Dang, I didn't know I was putting this much money towards blah, blah, blah. Now I can make some changes over here so I can have this money left over, right? So those are the main reasons why you need a budget, and you need a realistic budget so that you can make sure that you're keeping your financial well-being in order. You're able to pay all your bills when they need to be paid and do all the things that you want to do. All right. And so after you got the budget together, You need to make sure you are monitoring that budget. That means monitoring your spending, having your online banking, your mobile banking, on all of those things, that you are paying attention to how much money you are spending. That is like a given. We should all be doing that. But I don't know what it is about looking at our bank account sometimes. Like, it's really irritating. I understand it. Okay, same. I've been through that. Okay, I'm going to tell y'all a story coming up, but I've been through that as well. But you got to make sure that you are paying attention to what you're spending money on, because I don't know if y'all know this or not. Inflation has been up. About to say was, but it's still up. And it's been up about almost 10%, 7 and 8% in some areas, but up to 10% in other areas. And so you have to pay attention because everything is expensive. One of my friends, she sent me I think it was a tweet from Cardi B where she was talking about the cost of groceries is up. Yes, it is. Have y'all been shopping lately, seeing how much stuff costs? And Cardi B was talking about how much lettuce was. And some people was like getting on her talking about you could afford it and all this other stuff. Now, as much money as Cardi B make, if she talking about the cost of lettuce, baby, that mean I need to be looking at the cost of everything, because I ain't got nowhere near her money. My money ain't as long as hers. All right. But that's the reason why we all need to be paying attention, because everything is going up. Gas has kind of came down, so I got to give it to them because I talked about gas so bad when it was up. It then came down a bit, but everything else then went up. I think eggs is like $50 now. Okay, you can't find eggs in the store. I don't know what's going on. I'm sitting here being very careful as to how I how I ration my eggs out, because you can't find them, and if you can, they super expensive. Everything has went up. And because everything has gone up, our incomes, our salaries, for those of y'all that work jobs, salaries don't go up with the cost of living at the same speed, right? Most jobs, the increase each year is like maybe up to 3 to 5%. Some people ain't even getting that. We just had an increase of, like I said, up to 10%. So your income isn't keeping up with that. So yes, everybody need a budget. Everybody need to be paying attention to their spending. Everybody needs to be monitoring what they're spending money on and trying to make some adjustments somewhere, if you are trying to improve your overall financial well-being. Now, if you ain't trying to do that, you trying to be in the struggle life, you ain't got to listen to none of this, okay? So you just want to make sure that you are getting a budget together, understanding what you're spending money on, those expenses, those debts, and then also making sure that you are monitoring that and making sure that you are keeping up with the cost of things, that you are adjusting that budget accordingly as costs are going up. All right. And so that's it, y'all. That is it. And so I'm doing something new this year. So if you would like to I have like a summary page, like a little infographic. It's like a free infographic. You can go to my website, iammindfullyrich.com, and you can click on the product. It's free. Once again, you can download a little summary that I made for the episode. It's a little guide to help you on your journey. I think it's like 2 pages. I think it's 2 pages. Let me look real quick. I think it's 2. Yep. It's 2 pages. So check that out. And then also, we're talking about financial well-being. Don't forget, I am a whole financial coach out here in these streets, okay? Check me out if you would like to book a clarity call with me, if I can assist you with your goals for 2023, whatever it is that you're trying to do to improve your financial well-being, whether that's getting a budget together, you're setting some goals, if you are trying to increase your credit, if you're trying to decrease your debt, if you're just trying to make a big purchase and you're not sure about how you can save money for down payments, all of the things, check out my website, iammindfullyrich.com. You can book a clarity call with me and we could determine if we can work together. Like, I ain't saying that all of us is going to be able to work together, okay? Some things I may not be able to assist you with. I would like to say that my coaching style it intertwines a little bit of financial education, financial coaching, financial advising, and also financial planning. There's a lot of those things intertwined in what it is that I do to help my clients. So if you would like some help, please make sure that you check me out online. Book a clarity call. Clarity calls are free. And we could just talk through what's going on and see if I am a match for you. All right. And so y'all can get all of the details that I just talked about in the show notes. So wherever you're listening to this show at, you can get all of these details in the show notes. But make sure you go over there to the website and pick up this little infographic thing that I created. Okay. It's cute. Okay. Go pick it up. Boom. You're going to like it. It's really cute. Let me know if y'all think it's cute too. DM me on Instagram. I'm at mindfully_rich_podcast. And if you thought that it was a help to you. And so that is it. Been talking too long. This is the first episode of the series. Check me out next week where we will be talking about saving, because that is a very important part of your financial well-being. And we will be talking about why. And so y'all make sure that y'all live life mindfully, intentionally, and on purpose. And until next time, when I hit y'all with another one.